Yo, what is up, Carter
We
Crawford
are
and Alex?
back.
We're back.
DriveWire Radio, CFRE.
We're back. So, Alex came to a very profound answer.
Yeah, we let him thought. We almost cut him off. We like you think yourself.
The question in and of itself was: are there any particular videos that you don't like online? And what did you just say?
Or do.
Well, the first one was
don't.
Or
do.
Okay.
Don't,
The do. Okay. What's the don't?
I was just like running through my brain of all the top artists. I can't really compare it to like medium or lower sized artists. I don't think it really
Fair.
makes sense to judge those.
No, they're dealing with $1 million budgets or whatever for the videos.
Yeah, you look at the
true.
big ones.
Yeah. Well, those ones need to be good. Those are the ones that I could grill all goddamn
I think
day.
Even the ones that I think like aren't my favorite videos, they're the video for that song for a good reason.
True.
I like that.
True. That means a lot
being
actually.
Said, I think I just remembered one that I think the video could be way better. It's a band called Citizen. They put out, I can't remember the song though, I'm blanking on it. It's off one of their latest albums.
Okay.
And they put out a song, they put out a whole EP or whatever, and I messaged them out of nowhere, just shoot my shot. I was like, for this next song, can I do the video for you? I'll do it for free. Just let me do it. I'll do a great job. And then they put out the video like 2 weeks later or something like that, and it was like pretty bad. Not gonna lie, it just made no sense, and I just don't think it was like up to the caliber of the band that they are.
They could have done better
about
almost.
That. But the songs that I feel like my favorite videos of, at least what I decided on for 2019, they're both artists from the UK. One is Slow Tie. He's a rapper. His song called Ladies.
Okay.
Like that video hit me so hard because it's all about like appreciating women in our lives. And like the artist, he shows himself in a very vulnerable way. Like he's like naked, like coddling her like off to the side. And it's just like, it says so much about like appreciating women and like how most men need women. I mean, like I feel like all men need women. Everyone in the world needs women.
You all need someone. We all need a partner.
Exactly, or even not in a partner, just someone a woman who takes care of you in any capacity.
True.
And the second one was Muramasa, also UK artist, for his song No Hope Generation. Both those videos are like my favorite 2019. So good.
So those are just from last year.
Those are just from the most recent. They blow my mind. Yeah.
Right on.
This year there's probably a few, but those are probably my favorite so far of like almost all time.
What was the artist who did No Hope Generation?
Muramasa. The guy is insanely talented. He works with like so many massive artists.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to check it out, man.
Please
I appreciate
do.
that. I appreciate that you like took the break. By the way, Alex didn't talk to us during the break.
He was
like, I gotta get these answers.
He actually cut us off. Actually, he's like, I can't talk to you right now. I gotta think.
Trying to answer
like he shot me the dirty eyes, and I was like, all right, I won't mess with this guy.
Yeah, Alex.
I wonder what it's like when you're actually editing a video, man.
It sucks.
Nope, don't open it. Like, oh no.
I edited in my living room, so my roommate and my girlfriend are just like behind me watching TV and talking. I have my headphones on. I'm just usually like, please don't bother me.
Yeah, it's like I heard. I think it was Jordan Peterson. He said something like, "When I'm thinking, it's kind of like balancing Jenga." And he's like, "And if someone comes in and as soon as they're in my space or talking to me or whatever, the whole thing tumbles and I have to build it all back up again."
You're like so into it,
Yeah.
I don't really understand the brain very much, but I feel like it's so vast that like other ideas can stop you from thinking about your main idea so quickly.
100%.
Yeah.
You can overwrite it almost.
Totally.
Gone.
Like when I'm working on a music video and I'm just like listening to the song on repeat, but I'm not thinking slow enough to take notes. I'm just like building it in my head and like kind of taking notes and like putting them in the back of my head. And then I'm like, oh, that's a sick idea. And then I write everything down. But if someone like gets me halfway through that or like interrupts the track,
Game
I'm just
over.
like, well,
gone.
Here we go.
And then as soon as you try and do it again, you've lost.
Yeah, and then you're thinking about thinking.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start thinking about thinking, it's just
you're not thinking.
A never-ending inception.
Remind me after the show to tell you why that happens. I'll tell you.
I would love to.
I don't want to bore but I'll totally tell you. It's with the brain. Yeah, it's cool. All right.
This is recap time.
So this is what I learned.
This is a fun time.
Okay, I'm excited about this.
But here's the thing: if I say something that jogs your memory, you have to cut me off. You owe it to us to say it. Okay, that's the okay.
Correct it.
First thing I wrote down was telling stories. I don't have anything other than that, but I just liked that. Tell stories. clear beginning, medium, and end. The human brain, there's something about the way that we listen or watch something that you go into a trance in hypnotic terms. But if there's a clear beginning, middle, and end, the human who's listening doesn't just hear it, they like feel it.
They feel it, yeah.
Breaking Bad,
that's what I love about any
man.
art.
Yeah.
Like even just looking at a painting or a picture, you know, it's just like,
damn,
you're just looking at one image. And like your brain just goes in so many different places.
What's it think of this? What does it take from this?
When you get chills from a piece of art, that you know, that's what you want to keep doing it.
It's true. And I like specifically when I know what the artist felt like when they made it.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a song actually Prince did with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and it was While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Great tune.
And the story that I heard about this particular gig is they told him no, that you can't go on stage. The Heartbreakers did, but Tom Petty said yes, and what he says goes. So he ends up on stage, but he knows all the band thought they were too good for him and didn't want to play. So he does this solo in the song, and he's so mad. Like, he's so mad, and you can hear it, and it's amazing.
That's cool.
It's amazing. And
that's
like,
really cool.
if you watch, it's on YouTube. It's called like the greatest solo ever, and it's you can just Google the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And at the very end, he like has such attitude, and he rips the cord out of his guitar and just throws his guitars into the scene, and he's off the stage as soon last note, and he's out, and they're like, that's cool.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
That's how you get people talking about it.
But I totally got into it, man. I loved it, and it was a story.
When he's like trying to prove himself too.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Watch it. Like, I get chills when I see it.
Awesome.
So yeah, that gets me. Build out the team. You have like 10-ish people that you work with. I think artists miss that, man. I think everyone's trying to do everything.
Try and do it themselves.
Yeah.
Try and be a one-man team. It doesn't work.
I think especially for a musician, very important. Obviously, with like when it comes to like video production, it's important to have multiple people on set. Everyone has like their own jobs or whatever. Doesn't hurt if you can do a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like with musicians, like if you can really focus on and hone in on your craft, you know, if you have people around you, it makes it so much better.
Man, so much.
I love affiliating myself with artists that have a team already, or I'm just being added onto the team.
Yeah.
The collaboration feels so good.
It's way faster, and like that's what it's hard to understand the mindset of building a team if you're trying to do everything yourself, because
focusing on everything, and you're not like kind of getting
you're not like giving your
or,
all for each section. You know?
Yeah, and there's probably one or two of those things that you're actually really good at, and there's probably like
a bajillion
100 or 20 or so that you're really not good
Trying
at.
to do your finances is not a good time.
And it's funny because you probably end up wasting all your time on those things that you're not good at because you're not good at it. So you're trying to make it better, but you're missing out on that good you're good at.
And it diminishes what you're good at because you've lost the energy.
You're not giving, and you're not giving the time, and you're not learning. Man, it's like a compounding. It matters so much if you can stay in your lane and focus on it.
What I hear from that is the way I don't know why my brain took it this way, but it's one man can't push a boulder up a hill. You need a team to do it. Man. You know what I mean? Like, so
it's absolutely true. And I like what you've done is you did it in a freelance manner. So not only can someone get better, they can actually take people with them to get better at the same time. And that's really cool, man, because you said, I don't remember the name of who you mentioned, building your set, for example, but it's like, man, she does such good work, and I just can't, I love to give her jobs because she's so freaking good.
Whenever I do have a big enough job, it's like the best feeling ever. I don't have to think about it at all. Like I just give her a rough direction, and she does it for me.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Things get easier as you move up, and I like that.
Totally.
Make friends. I'm gonna clump that in with don't be a dick.
I rephrase, don't be a dick, make friends, you know, like
man.
Don't be a dick, and then you'll make friends.
Seriously, so we've said it a lot of times. I'm just gonna leave it where it
comes up almost every freaking week, man. It's crazy. The people come in like, oh, I never heard your show before, I didn't listen. Be like, but they're giving us thing. I'll be like, you're listening, and you're like, yeah, don't be a dick, don't be a dick, don't be a dick, and it's like, well, we'll get there.
Yeah,
eventually.
Almost everyone says that, so it's obviously very prevalent. You got to find the people who are gonna be trustworthy and work with you and everything.
And the teamwork as well. Teamwork makes dream work.
I have an interesting one. Content is brand specific.
True.
You said that. You're like kind of like you have it. What's engaging content? You're like, I don't know. What are you trying to get across? What are you trying to sell essentially?
What's hot right now? What's working?
It's true. Yeah, you can't like market every artist the same way. So that's the way I look at it, especially companies, you know. You have a product, you can't market the same way.
Absolutely not.
Maybe in some ways, but
I mean, I'm not going to...
It's better to be specialized.
Yeah, I'm not going to market my slap chop the same way I market the squatty potty, you know what I mean? It's just not the same the same product. So you got to have unique sales.
And I mean, the very definition of marketing, from what I understand, is to do something in a way that stands out. And that means you're not doing it the same way as other people.
Yep. True.
So
That's
I
why
live for the Super Bowl ads.
yeah.
My favorite time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's a Super Bowl.
I don't watch the Super Bowl for football.
Halftime show and ads. That's all it is for me. That's amazing. It's a good time.
Exactly.
I like that, man.
R.I.P. Mr. Peanut.
Aligning your goals. That was a cool way to start. You're like, the first thing I would do is get clear on what my brand was going to be. And that was a really good answer. I think that with the clarity up front, then other people can come to you because they know who you are.
And
Right?
what you're after and what your end goal is and what your motivations and everything are.
And
they
what
understand they're reading your book and they understand you.
And what you can do for them.
Huge.
Exactly.
Right? Is that am I onto something there?
Yeah,
Is that-
it's absolutely right. I actually started the company as like kind of like a Robin Hood sort of thing where, like I said, I do commercials and I do like content for businesses. It's not like I'm trying to rip off these businesses, but I do charge them a little bit more than I would for a normal artist, right?
Oh, they have more
Just
money
so
to
I can
spend,
charge,
right?
Exactly. So I can charge significantly less for an artist
those other
for the music
people.
videos and stuff like that.
Sweet.
But I just charge
Subsidized.
as much as I can for commercials.
Do you ever lay it out to them like that? Like when you're
The
trying to sell
bands?
to the companies? Like, look, I'm okay, that's true. Because then you're telling them you're charging a little
By
more.
the way,
they'll be
I'm
like,
just
what
gonna
the hell?
gouge you here.
Yeah,
But let's
but
work
it's gonna
together.
help other people along the way that are gonna take your
It's not
job.
gonna
So
help you, but
I think,
think about this rapper. He's so good.
man, I think the frame would be like on a real note. I appreciate the joke. I'm not trying to ruin that, but I think the frame.
no worries. It was just real.
The
That was
frame
real
would
talk.
be like, look at what I did with this band's tiny budget. Look at what I can do with yours.
With your commercial, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I have, okay, cool, 2 minutes.
I'm
right,
not
well,
just letting you. I'm just letting you.
We're fine. We're good. I like that.
No, that's
man.
done.
Being able to show them, look, this is what I actually think I can get across for you. If you're naturally, a company has more money than a single independent artist.
That's how it is.
Naturally. So why wouldn't I also be able to give you a better product with how I'm serving you? I like that, man. Really, really clever. Proper networking, the scene. I really like that too. It's been a huge part. Here's one that I've noticed. This is a new one. It's not often that a new thing comes to the show, and you gave me one. So
Don't be a dick.
use skills from when you're young.
Oh man.
A lot of artists,
Oh.
because you're like, man, I've just been listening to music and I always had a vision of what it could be since I was a kid.
Yeah, man.
I've heard so many people, I've just been singing since I was a kid. I've just been drawing since I was a kid. I got a camera when I was young. And for me, the things that I feel like I'm the best at are things that I did when I was like
When you were
literally 4 or 5. So that's interesting, man. If you have a
wish I could
skill from
remember
when
when I
you're
was
young,
Use it.
see if you can't get back to that. You'll be happier.
Totally.
I certainly was in my life, and you said that, and I was like, you know what? I've done that. Yeah.
man.
So I appreciate that. Good distinction. Art is subjective. I'm going to leave it at that. You mentioned a couple bands that you were like, you know what? I don't really like this video, but the video was designed to be like that, so it's not my call.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. That's a really tough one.
It is.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't know, I'm not the hugest fan of like crazy shredder metal. Like, I'm not. I can't sit and listen to that over time.
But
I
you
can
appreciate it.
I can appreciate it. I'm like, damn, that would be very hard to play, or there's something about that I can take away.
Like, how
when
did
I
they
hear it.
build that? How did they sit down in a room and then create such a chaos
Yeah.
of layers?
Yeah.
And then make it sound like that at the end, and then people love it.
A beautiful chaos. You know what I mean?
Chaos, man. It's true.
But I wouldn't
Good
listen
definition
to
of
it.
metal for you.
But I can like listen to it. You know what I mean?
Some of that music it's so insane.
I love it.
And it's like, but people literally live that music.
Hell
And that's,
yeah, man.
that's music. That's music for you.
All right. This has been Alex McFarland. He is
Hey.
down to earth and chill as hell. You can find him at what's the website?
Yeah, plug yourself, my friend.
Let's do thetrenchesmedia.com.
Sweet.
At the Trenches on
Trenchesmedia.com.
Instagram. Follow us. I'll follow you back.
Facebook.
Facebook, The Trenches Media.
Boom.
Go to them
Yeah.
and find some ridiculous high quality content. This
Thanks.
has been DriveWire Radio.
Thank
Catch
you
us next
for
week.
Thanks,
listening. CFRE DriveWire. Bye-bye.